This is Smarter San Diego TV.
Millennials and baby boomers alike, they want to be in urban environments right now.
Thank God for the Electoral College vote.
In a 4-hour breakfast, we raised $9,000. So that's something that we take pretty seriously.
And you can't diet your way into being lean and fit. They go together.
In New York City, deciding what's best for the rest of the freaking country.
This is not a market built on a stack of cards. It's a solid foundation.
0%. That is a thumbs up.
Everyone has a life worth telling a story about. And the more adversity that you faced, the deeper your story.
Well, am I going to be okay? You know, like, am I going to be able to walk?
There's just so much creativity in this town that it's hard to hide it.
Well, you have these beliefs, well, what do you do with it?
Ever consider property in the 92102? We have our San Diego real estate expert in the house to give us the goods on these hoods. Please welcome Voltaire Lepe.
It is Voltaire. What's up, my man?
Hey, what's up?
How you doing, brother? I think everybody in San Diego knows about 92101, right? Downtown.
Yeah, downtown.
Everybody knows downtown, 92101. What they may not know as much about, however, 92102.
Right.
Right next door.
Downtown stepbrother.
That's Hey, a lot of good things are happening in that neighborhood. Now that encompasses several neighborhoods actually in that zip code, right?
Yeah, for sure. So 92102, it's basically the closest neighborhood to downtown, right there with Barrio Logan and Bankers Hill, which is right there as well. So 92102 encompasses like Sherman Heights, which is very up and coming area. I mean, prices are just skyrocketed over there, and it's literally, you know, I mean, it abuts 92101, so it's right across the bridge. You just walk across the bridge, you're in Sherman Heights. There's also parts of Grant Hill. Grant Hill is like right next to Sherman Heights going east off of 25th Street. And they have like spectacular views of Coronado. So there's like houses in there that you're sitting down in your living room and you have views to Coronado like unobstructed. Fantastic. It's crazy. And people don't know about it. And you know, you have houses in the $300,000 range. It's insane. And then you cross the freeway, cross the 94 going north, and you're in the greater Golden Hill area, right? And greater Golden Hill area encompasses Golden Hill and South Park.
Okay.
Yeah. So, you know, 92102, you go further east, you have a little bit, a couple more neighborhoods and less desirable areas, but I mean, these areas are hot, man. They're right next to downtown.
South Park's on fire.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, there's $1 million houses left and right in South Park right now.
Yeah, there is.
A lot of the build-ups, or the infills, I guess we'd call it, you know, where they come in, they knock down the old house down to the studs and then build up something. People are building bigger houses than the ones that existed there before. That seems to be a big trend in the South Park area. Golden Hill, that's where your office is.
Right.
I know you're big in that area. Now this, you know, Barrio Logan, Sherman Heights, people have heard these, that was the hood.
Right.
I mean, that's what people say, no, that's the other side. No, we don't want to go that far.
Exactly.
East, you know, we want to go to about 12th, 13th from downtown.
Yeah,
and then
from downtown.
Don't go east of that. And I'll tell you, I just so happened to drive through Barrio, saw the new sign and all this stuff, and I mean, I didn't recognize it. It's like, what? I've seen you do Facebook Lives and stuff down there from coffee shops and bakeries or whatever, that lines out the door. What's going on over there? I mean, is this the next spot that's going to be, is this the next North Park down there in 102?
Yeah, so you're telling me you went to Barrio Logan and you came out and you still had your wristwatch and your wallet?
Yeah, everything. Okay. Nobody even looked at me.
You felt safe.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, it's definitely an area that has been, is becoming gentrified. So it kind of started with Golden Hill, and it started right on 28th Street, right where my office is at, across the street, back in the early 2000s, 2001. The Starbucks opened, and it was like the first Starbucks at that point in time, like in the hood, right? And after that, values really, you know, kind of took off. You know, the ballpark was built in downtown, and a lot of people started going towards that area because there's a lot of very nice craftsman homes, Victorian style homes. I mean, these homes are amazing, man. So a lot of people went in there and started like kind of making them better. And then now, you know, in Golden Hill, Greater Golden Hill area, the average home is $700,000 $13,000.
Really?
Yeah, $713,000
In Golden Hill?
Yeah, the average home. Yeah, so you could just imagine. So the average list price is $717,000. So basically, whatever you put your home on the market for, it's going to sell. For 99.9% of the asking price. So now that's happened in Golden Hill, you have to go south of the 94, Grant Hill, right? There's still a lot of opportunity there. Sherman Heights, it's gotten a bit more expensive now, so there isn't that much opportunity there, but the houses are just gorgeous. Then you go down to Barrio Logan. There's still a lot of opportunity there.
Is there?
Yeah, and like you said, we have done Facebook Lives, and there's a lot of coffee shops and different businesses just opening up down there. And the cool part is you see a lot of artists moving in. And I'm actually coming out with a cool segment, a video in Barrio that I did at an art event. So they have these art walks, art crawls that they do. And I went to one, and I was surprised. I was blown away, man. You walk into different warehouses that they have down there, where they're having these art exhibits. And I'm talking about, like, on a Saturday night, you could walk into literally a dozen different exhibits in different buildings, and you see some of these prices on these pieces of art, small little pieces of art, 10 grand, 20 grand, 30 grand. There's a guy down there that we had spoken to and interviewed, and he does custom pieces between $50,000 to $100,000.
What?
Yeah, and the crazy part is, these are very intelligent people, highly educated people that have clients in New York, LA, Rancho Santa Fe, and they chose Barrio Logan as their headquarters for their artwork, and to go in there and create stuff, and it's amazing. And I think that's how it starts, right?
That's crazy,
yeah.
man.
So it starts like that. The artist move into a neighborhood, bring it up, revitalize it, make it nicer. Then all of a sudden, it becomes cool, and then other people want to move there too. So these areas are pretty hot.
Let me ask you some specific questions then. First of all, I'll talk as an investor, and then second of all, I want to talk about as a seller.
Right.
So as an investor, I know you've got your eyes peeled. What you said, the opportunity, there's still opportunity in Barrio.
For sure.
What is the opportunity there? Is it a VRBO opportunity? Is it a fix and flip opportunity? What are the opportunities you're looking for?
As an investor?
Yeah.
I'm doing some Airbnbs in that area, and believe it or not, man, people want to stay there, and the occupancy rate is above 90,
Wow.
percent, as far as a month being booked. So there's definitely opportunity there, and just because it's so close to downtown, so people rather stay there than go downtown and spend a bunch of money on a hotel for the night, and so there's opportunity there. And as far as other type of investment opportunities, there's 2 to 4 units that you could buy in that area. There's single family homes even. Because if you could buy a home in that area for $350,000, as an investor, you put 20% down, all of a sudden, your mortgage is about $280,000 or so. You could get down a little bit lower, $260,000, then maybe all of a sudden you might have some type of cash flow situation with rents just rising. And again, there's 2-unit, 3-unit, 4-unit opportunities.
A lot of people looking for those multi-unit homes. But what if you're a seller, though? If you're obviously some people have to sell,
right?
But if you don't, if you're thinking like, hey, I moved into the hood, I've been working at my job, we saved up some money, now we're ready to go put that down payment in and go buy a place in Carmel Valley,
right,
or something like that,
right?
Does it make sense to sell when you know that a market is going up and is likely to have great long-term rewards?
Yeah, well, it all depends on your situation. So a lot of sellers sell because of life situations.
Right.
Whether they need a bigger home, they're having another child, sometimes divorce, sometimes death. So at the end of the day, if you have a property in that area and you need that second or third bathroom, properties in that area typically don't have, they're older homes. They're all built in the late 1800s to the early 1900s.
Wow.
So back then, they didn't have that second bath, or for sure not no third bath.
Y'all are lucky that you have one toilet in here. I don't
Yeah,
want to hear anything.
exactly. So a lot of people are moving because of that. A lot of people are moving because they just want a different neighborhood. But I think there's, as far as the seller, you know, a lot of sellers in that area, and the reason why there's only, you know, about 13 properties to 16 properties a month that sell in that area, there isn't a lot of inventory. There isn't a lot of sellers that want to sell, and a lot of the sellers are older. So what happens when you've owned the property for a long time? All of a sudden you have to pay capital gains taxes. So if you bought the property for, you know, 50 grand, and now you're selling it for $400,000 to $700,000, you have a big gain, and then all of a sudden that's a taxable event, unless you do a 1031 exchange. The cool part that I learned about 1031 exchanges, there's actually opportunities where you don't have to actually buy another property. You can put it into a fund that owns real estate, and it sends you a monthly cash flow of, you know, 5%, a 6% return, whatever you're looking for. And it's actually pretty cool because you don't have to go identify property, you don't have to go searching, and you don't get taxed.
Yeah.
You know, and you don't have to deal with tenants. You don't have
defer
to
the taxes.
Yeah, you defer the taxes
by REITs. Yeah, that's a lot of my international real estate holdings are all in REITs, as it makes so much sense.
Yeah.
But this is good stuff. So be on the lookout for opportunities. If you own a property and you want to sell it, Voltaire can help you, obviously.
Yeah.
If you don't want to sell it, if you think, well, we don't want to sell it, but we still need to move, well, Voltaire can help you there too, right, with your property management firm. So.
Yeah, we have property management. We could help you out and, you know, get you market rents, because a lot of owners in that area don't know what the true rent is that they could get.
Well, you do, and you can help people get that. Great stuff, Voltaire. Thank you so much for coming in today.
All right,
I really
you're
appreciate
welcome.
your time.
Thank you.
Stick around for more Smarter San Diego TV, where we guarantee to make you smarter than everyone else, commercial free.